It's going to be another nice fall day. We're back down at the Greenbrier Lake, the family lodge. I'm going to finish doing the winterization in the lodge. So I've got a couple projects there. I've also got some other projects that I want to get done. First thing we'll do is unlock the cabin. I know I'll keep calling it cabin. The old place we called the cabin. We now call it the lodge, and I'll show you why here in a second. Oh, my key is always getting wrapped up. There we go. Some lights on. I'm going to be doing work in the shower room, so I'll get the light on here. Open the door to the utility room. Need to go back out and get all my stuff. Unlock the pavilion door. I'm going to switch things around here so you can see what it looks like down here now. A lot of leaves down. Like I said, I'll probably still come down at least once just to mow the leaves. Get the screen doors unlocked. Dragging a little, which means that the moisture we've had in the last week has gotten back into the wood. Unlock the east door. There we go. You can hear how sticky that one was. Everything seems to be okay so far. Something off in the distance, don't know if it's birds or what. That is the direction there to the southeast of towards Goose Pond. So there are a lot of migratory birds that come through the area. You can see the water's come back up some. It's now right at the edge of some of that concrete and limestone. It's come up about another foot into the ditch. Plenty of leaves down. First thing here, I like to make a walk around, make sure everything looks okay. Take a quick trip, or quick look over to my sister's cabin just to make sure I don't see anything wrong there. Everything seems to look okay. Even though we won't be using the pump in the water today, I need to got some more jobs for the pump room. You can see it back there behind the pine, but there was a dead tree that needed to be cut, keep it from getting into the power lines, and they cut it all right. They cut it just below the height of the power lines. But at least I guess we got some firewood now. I need to open up this bathroom. I broke that mirror, putting in the lights. So that's one of the things I've brought. I don't know whether we'll use it, but it's a mirror that's going to want to slide out of here when I open this. There it is. Oh, that's great. But I caught it and it did not break. This will be in here. To replace the other one when I get the chance. I brought a piece of plywood. Treated 2x6. The plywood will be going into the pump room. The new shelf that I put in, that lower shelf, is wire, and well, it's not so much a problem as the middle shelf. Middle shelf's wire too. And all these cans and all these cleaning products and stuff like that don't want to sit on the wire too good. So I want to put plywood on top, give it a flat surface, so things will set better. Treated 2x4. The purpose for it, remember in the last couple of videos, we have some sills that are rotting out on those front windows. I've replaced two previously. With cedar. 2x6x8 cedar board is about $30-some. Treated 2x6x8 is $11. So this is just a test. That was treated lumber we did on the park bench, and we let it age for almost 12 months, and it took 3 or 4 coats of paint to really cover it. So I'm going to let this age over the winter, dry out, and then we're going to try staining it. And if the stain looks good, we'll use age treated lumber instead of cedar for the front. This is cedar. This one is. That one's cedar. This is one that is rotting out on the outside. So, and this one is going bad. So what I want to do is just go ahead and replace the entire framework, which is 2x6 pine, and replace it with 2x6 treated pine. The big question is, will it take stain? If it'll take stain, it'll be a third the cost of what the cedar will be. So that's one of the projects today. As you can see, I've brought down plenty of vinegar. 2 gallons there, 2 gallons there. These are the little paint mixing plastic bowls. I'll put that in there. Bring them over here. And the purpose of those, first of all, on the bottom of the pump, there's a 1/2-inch brass plug that we have to take out every fall and close up every spring. So what I did is I bought this, hoping this 1/2-inch brass gas fitting will fit in there, and if it does, then we can just open and shut it instead of having to take the plug out. The plug is wanting to start cross-threading, and I'd like to do something where we don't have to remove it every year. Also, I've got, these are the cartridges and the aerators. They came out of the sinks in the bathrooms. Yeah, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time, because obviously I can't open the package and talk at the same time. What we're going to do is throw the cartridge and the aerator in one of these in both the bathrooms. Okay, I've got both cartridges and both aerators in one container, and I put the kitchen faucet nozzle in the other, and I put white vinegar in to cover the cartridges, and I poured it down the center of the nozzle, and I've got about 2 inches in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to let them sit and hopefully clean for a little while I take the cartridge out of this shower faucet. Every year I have problems in the spring because of mineral buildup, and I'll show you why once I get it open, but I'll set you up and we'll take this apart. Okay, to get started, all we need to do is get a little straight edge and pop the cap off the center of the valve handle. I've got a sandwich bag that I'm going to set everything in so we don't lose it. Now I need a Phillips screwdriver to take out the screw in the center that holds the handle on. Nothing is really tightened down terribly tight because we take it on and off so often. We don't need to be damaging the threads or whatever. I'll set the handle over here at the side and put the screw in the sandwich bag. Also, these two parts, which control how far the valve can turn, we'll put those into the sandwich bag. And then we need to take out the 2 screws that hold the faceplate on. Those are the most difficult to get back on, but if you got a little patience, it's not bad. Take these out, put them in our baggie. They're just long. This entire wall is built that once we take the glass off, we can pull this wall off and have access to the valve behind if we ever need it. I've never had to do it, but I did that just in case we had problems with freezing or whatever. A couple times I thought we were going to have to do it, but it's always this cartridge that's the problem. Take that out and put it in here. Now, this is what you want to be careful of. Set this to the side. This has a little tension pin that goes in here to hold this in place. It's kind of tight, so if you lose that, I do have some extras out in that black carrier in the pump room. But there's already one down in there. I bought a couple extras of this. And I'll close this up so we don't lose anything for right now. Usually what I'll do is, when I'm done, I'll just tape that to the wall or to part of the shower over here. And now this will just pull out. It's got a little bit of a suction, so I'll usually use a pair of pliers. It's tighter than it's been in the past, but that's what happens when you get buildups in those. There it comes. And I'll show you what happens with this. This is all there is to the valve. But inside, see if you can hear this. There's a cartridge inside of this. Let's see if I can take one of the sides off. Each side has an exit hole for the water, or the entry hole for the water. And what happens is that valve, that cartridge in there, moves back and forth depending on whether you've got the hot or cold turned on. Well, what happens in the spring is that valve no longer moves back and forth. You can shake it and hear nothing. So what we want to do, I'm going to take the other rubber flange off the side, and I'm just going to put it in to the white vinegar with the others. I can already see something floating in there. It may just be a bug, but I'm going to go ahead. The white vinegar, fill it up over the cartridge. And we're going to let them sit for a while. And I'll probably leave that out so that I can shake it in the spring and make sure that it works. What I'll do is I'll put some WD-40 on it and then put it in the baggie with the rest of the parts and keep it out until spring. What I'll probably do also is I'm just going to take some cleaner, shoot down in there, and now grab me a rag. Put some cleaner down inside there. Grab a rag and just clean out the inside of the body of this valve, just to make sure it looks fairly clean. Not to get any rust and other things out of there. Yep, looks fairly clean. So off to the next job. Come back over to the cartridges, the shower cartridge. I'm going to wipe it off. And before I put it back, into the sandwich bag, I'm going to take some WD-40 and spray into the two openings, the end opening. Work that back and forth. Here's a fourth opening. This one goes right inside. And just work that back and forth a few times. And then I will put it back into the sandwich bag. And I'm going to go ahead and take the cartridges out for the bathrooms. I'm going to exercise them a little bit. Take the end off, put some WD-40 on it. Put it inside sandwich bag. I'll grab one of the aerators. It looks clean. Throw it inside. Spray a little WD-40 in there, and then seal it up for the winter. And I'll do the same thing with the other one. We loosened up the O-rings. Don't want to lose those. We want to exercise. Valve. Pull the end cap off. See if I can't get these back. I hope they shrink back. It's like it relaxed the rubber so much. I mean, it increased in size by 25%. If I'd known that, I would have taken the rubber off before I put them in there. Clean this off. A little WD-40 on the inside. And throw it back in the bag. Grab there's some dirt in there, quite a bit. Clean the aerator off. It's nice and clean now. Throw it in the bag. Spray it. And now I'm ready to put these back into the pump room and the shower into the shower stall. One thing I need to do, I'm glad I took these rubber pieces off, is put the sides back on the cartridge for the shower. I'll put that in the bag now. Okay, the next thing I want to do, I put in these wire shells. So what I want to be able to do is put cans of WD-40 and cleaner. You put them on here and they want to fall over, so I'm just going to cut out a piece of plywood to cover this and go back so that we can use that space back there. So that's the project for right now. So I've got my sawhorses set up. That's 36 inches across. So I've got my marks at 36 inches for length. And we're just going to cut that to length now. I just bought a 2x4 piece at Lowe's. And we're just going to use that. On the control box. Remind me to get a new blade. That blade is extremely dull. I'm also going to use this piece on the end here. So I can push it all the way back and we can get more depth. That's 6 3/4. 6 3/4. 6 3/4. 6 3/4. Should have brought my good quarter cable, but I didn't. Distance, yep. That, but for this one, it needs to be just slightly shorter. I got a pickle. I had it earlier. There it is. 10. And a half. Blade is also bent a little bit because it keeps wanting to turn to the right. What I do is go along the 2x4. I'm going to cut along the 2x4 so I can go in between the studs. I'll just use a straight edge. Come out. The notches. Four and 3/4 feet. Yep, I need to get a hammer to get the rest of that. It broke off short. Oh, I'll show you what it looks like now. Like I said, just a nice, simple, easy job. Nothing that's too complicated. There we go. Oh, get in here where I can see. And you can see this goes all the way back, so I can put stuff deeper. This one goes around the studs and covers. I'll be able to put all those products on there without having to worry about them falling over. And now I'll just put the stuff in there and start cleaning up a little bit. Put these new shelves in here. Now, I put this new shelf last time and I just put plywood on top. Put this plywood on top for to hold things so they don't fall over. Put some up here. I was able to bring down all the things I use for the water system here. These are the parts. This holds things like funnels and the air compressor. Got our bleach, our antifreeze, and all that stuff here. And this is done. Turn off the light. I'm ready to close it up since we don't ever turn the power on. The one job I still got left to do, which is I'm going to come down and take that pump apart and clean it like I did in the spring. Try to get all the minerals and rust away from the impeller. It's between the impeller and the cast iron body where it's wanting to stick. And I just need to try to clean that. You can hear the leaves underneath my feet. I need to come down and mow the leaves yet. You can see them all on the maple tree there. I've lost all its leaves. They're all over the deck. One thing I didn't talk about, I got all these doors locked. So all these doors are locked. So I'm going to lock this one. I took out the cartridge on the faucet for the shower. It's all sitting up here. I cleaned it and then sprayed it with some WD-40. I'll be able to come back in the spring and shake it and see whether or not it is still free. If it is, then hopefully I don't have to do as much work in the spring as we've been doing. Turn off the lights, lock the doors, and I'm out of here. Until the next time, take care of yourself.